He doesn't make much noise, but when he plays, the world watches. This is Lin Yunju, the silent assassin of table tennis. Lin Yunju was born in Taiwan in 2001. He started playing table tennis at 9 years old. That is very late compared to most of the pro players today. However, it wouldn't take long for people to notice that this kid was something special. When he was 14 years old, he represented his country at the 2016 World Team Championships. The kid had only played for 5 years at the time. If anything, that is what is called talent. Lin started to compete more frequently at the biggest stages. Fans were impressed by his talent and his signature backhand flick, that he did faster, spinner, and more precise than anyone else. The time everyone would know who he was came after the T2 Diamond Malaysia in July 2019. In the round of 16, the 17-year-old impressed us all when he destroyed legend Jun Mizutani 4-0. He was through to the quarter-final, where Ma Long was waiting for his prey. In this tournament, a new type of match format was tested. Each game is played to 11 points with no juice. If no player has won 4 games by the 24-minute timer ends, the match switches to Fast 5 mode. In Fast 5, all remaining games are played to 5 points until one player wins 4 games. Alright, let's head back to the video. Lin showed no fear when the match started. The GOAT was struggling, and when the timer ended, Lin made sure to finish the set to take the match to a 2-2 tie as they were going into the Fast 5 mode. More pressure and worth of every point was something that suited Lin more as he won 5-3, 5-4, and with that, the match. You can argue that he didn't beat Ma Long in a normal match, but that is just having a negative mindset. To beat Ma Long on equal terms is not something many players have done throughout history. Lin wasn't done yet. He had more to show. In the semi-final, he beat Hong Kong's top player Wang Chunting 4-0. He was now through to the final where Fan Zhendong was waiting. Lin played the table tennis of his life and won the match comfortably 4-1. I believe we have never seen a 17-year-old beat the world's 2 best players in the same tournament. After this historical achievement, people started calling him the silent assassin. Why? Because he looked calm, but his game was deadly. The silent assassin was here to stay. 1 month later, the recently turned 18-year-old won his first ITTF World Tour title at the Czech Open. He beat legends like Timo Boll and Dmitry Ovtcharov along the way. After this tournament, he entered the top 10 on the world rankings where he would stay for years. Even though being a stable top 10 player and being able to beat everyone, it would take 3 years for him to win a tournament again. Over this period, he had some ups and downs. In the World Championships 2021, he entered the tournament as the 4th seed and lost already in the round of 32 to Lim Jong-hoon. But when we are looking back at Lin's season of 2021, this tournament is overshadowed by his Olympics run. It was the Tokyo Olympics 2020 played in the summer of 2021. Lin was unlucky to miss a semi-final spot seed as he was the 5th seed. However, he did his job and won the opening matches comfortably as expected. In the quarter-final, Darko Jorgic was waiting. Jorgic had just beaten Harimoto to take his place in the draw. So it wasn't the world number 3 Lin was going to play, but it was Darko Jorgic who was in the form of his life. However, after Lin was done with him, you can wonder if Jorgic was a worthy player of a quarter-final spot in the Olympics. Lin gave him only 21 points over 4 games. That's an average of 5.25 points per game. In the semi-final, the world number 1 Fan Zhendong was standing in his way. Lin had beaten him before, but Fan Zhendong was the big favorite and had won their 4 last encounters going into this match. But Lin wasn't going just to give the final spot to Fan. This encounter goes down in history as one of the most intense and well-played matches when you also consider the importance of the match. Lin did as well as you can do against an informed Fan, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough as he fell just short 8-11 in the decider. Even though he had reached the semi-final, a medal wasn't secured yet. He had to play a bronze medal match against Dmitry Ovtcharov. This was also a match at the absolute highest level of play. Lin had several match points but couldn't capitalize. No physical medal for Lin, but he won a medal from the fans for the fantastic show. We fast forward to WTT Champions in Frankfurt 2023. Lin had kept a good stable level for the last 2 years and was ranked number 10 in the world. He was going into the tournament as the 8th seed, not a title favorite, but a strong contender. We jumped directly into the quarterfinal where he was facing world number 5 Tomokazu Harimoto. Lin played really good in this match and won 3-1. In the semi-final, he was going to play world number 2 Wang Chuqin, a much harder task where he was a clear underdog. But this tournament was Lin's tournament. He kept good form, but was down 1-2 in games. And then something changed. He stepped up even more and went on to win 11-7, 11-7, and 11-2. 4-2 victory for Lin after a close to perfect performance. He was now in the final where the hardest tasks of all were waiting, the GOAT Ma Long. Ma Long won the first game, but after that, it was Lin's show. He won 4 straight games, and with that, the match and the title. Lin Yunju was back at the absolute top of the world. He reminded us all again that on his day, no one can stop him. Today, Lin is a well-respected top player. However, he is still waiting for his first world championship or Olympic medal. He has been so close, but not just enough. He is still young, and hopefully he has many years left to try, and at the same time put on a great show for us fans.